Hi everyone, what's up, beautiful people? Akshay Rajsheakaran here, and I just want to welcome one and only Jonathan from all the way from South Africa joining.
Thanks so much for having me on. Really appreciate you taking the time to chat to me. Yeah.
Yes, awesome, Jonathan, awesome. And I first of all even want to congratulate you for taking action on whatever success and everything, right? And I just want to congratulate you first.
Thanks.
Yes, it's my pleasure. That's awesome.
Thanks
And
to
this
you as well.
interview
Yeah.
over here, yeah, like how it goes is like it's not like some random like very serious interview. It will be like casual fun and like where you share like your journey, fun, everything. Okay.
Cool.
Yes. Okay, and let's get started. Yeah. Yeah, Jonathan, tell me about your story a little bit, from where you from and what niche are you into and what is that stuff you are doing all about.
Cool. Yeah. So yeah, I live in South Africa,
Okay.
and I suppose I started, doing kind of digital marketing just for local brands here, and I was just kind of just doing whatever I could to help them. So I would do anything, whether it was funnel building, ads, whatever I needed to do. It was mostly done for you services. And then I stumbled across, like last year, I stumbled across the accounting space, and I just pretty much went head first into that. And I didn't actually focus on my country. I focused on the UK, so United
Okay.
Kingdom. And then it took me a few months, several months before I got a new client, before I got my first client. And then I got a client from that, and I still did like done for you services, where I ran things for everybody. And then,
Hmm.
over the whole year, I've kind of just changed it a lot, to move more to a done with you service, so more of a consulting role. And
Yes.
basically, I'm basically helping accountants to learn more about sales and marketing because they don't really know very much about it.
Okay, nice. And that's good to hear. And basically, you are from what background, like your education, all that stuff?
Yeah, so I went and studied law. So I went and got a law degree.
Nice.
It's not really like my thing or my passion. I just, went into it
Yeah.
because, you know, mostly your parents say like you need to have a degree to fall back on, right?
Yeah.
Which I would probably give pushback to now that I don't think you actually need that. But
Yes.
it was good fun, I guess, in that time. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. That's nice. And where did we meet, right? Like I have not come to Africa, neither you have come to India, right? How did we
Yeah.
even meet on online?
Yeah, so actually, funny story how we met. I saw I friended you on Facebook,
Yeah.
and I'd been checking out your stuff for a while, and I knew that I wanted to look at the organic marketing thing. I just knew I was like, now's not really the right time. I knew that I was just focusing on the other methods that we were using. And funny thing, when I actually wanted to try and reach out to you, it took me several weeks because I think you purged me from your Facebook friend list, and I couldn't
Yeah.
find you. So I spent several weeks looking for you on like the consulting group, on all these other marketing groups, and for the life of me,
Okay,
I
nice.
couldn't remember how to spell your name, and I just
Yeah.
couldn't figure it out. So I just looked for several weeks, and eventually I found you. I found one of your posts, and I commented on your post. I think you were doing
Yes.
something about a job application, and then I
Yes.
friended you, and you responded back regarding the job application. I was like, no, I basically was like, no, I want to pay you money to teach me.
Yes.
And then you were like, oh, okay, yeah. Then that's kind of the story. It's an interesting story. I kind of hunted you down essentially. Yeah,
Yes, that's how it's all about attraction marketing, right? Attracting
precisely. Yeah,
instead of we going and searching for the clients, clients search and hunt for us, right? Because I was thinking of this story, okay? Like in the forest, there is like lion, there is a tiger, there is a cheetah, giraffe is the tallest, cheetah is the fastest, but lion is something like which is king of the jungle. It's neither strongest, right? It's all about belief and taking massive action and consistency,
true,
right? Yes.
definitely. Yeah.
And yes, and basically, Jonathan, like what do you do in your accounting niche? Like what do you help people with?
Yeah, so I suppose, like in a nutshell, what we do is we help them with sales and marketing, and I suppose more specifically, we help them set up systems so that they have constant leads coming into their business. And then we help them, set up systems so that those leads are being nurtured. So they're getting, all the texts and emails that they need. And then also help them with sales training, how to actually have the sales conversation, the structure, the breakdown of a sales conversation, showcasing your value. Because one of the big things that accountants have is, I think a lot of entrepreneurs is they don't back themselves, they don't value what they bring to the table. So a lot of it is showing them, how to display value to a potential
Yes.
customer and focus on problem solving. So that's
Yes.
kind of what we do. In a nutshell.
Yes, because they'll be good at the things what they'll be doing, right? Like the accounting, the
Def-
taxation, how the money works, everything. But when it comes to
yeah.
marketing, like we are the guys, right? Like everybody can be good in something, right? We can't be jack of all, right? Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah. And the funny thing about accountants is that they're like they're very conservative normally, especially fiscally. So financially, they're very conservative. So when I started off doing like a done for you service where I charged them like, a fixed fee, a retainer every month to do it
Mm,
for them, I noticed that didn't actually solve their problems. It didn't actually fix the problem because they were also like, they're so financially concerned about everything. Like if
yes,
they didn't win, if they didn't see a return, like immediately they were so afraid and they'd be like, oh, I'm not sure about this. Some of them, some of the good ones, they do stick it out and then they see
yes,
really good returns. But
yes,
ultimately I realized gonna work for them, I need to help them in a bigger way. I thought, just getting them leads, I thought the problem was they didn't have enough leads, but I realized they had this huge like problem once they got the lead. They didn't, have the conversation to close them. So
yes,
that's where we came in.
that's great. And I just want to know when did the transition happen, right? Like before joining with me, where were you like financially, all those things? And after taking the program, investing in yourself in the Facebook attraction marketing and working with me, like what were the results like you were able to see?
Yeah, I think on average, I mean, we weren't doing such hot stuff. We were probably doing like 1 to 3 grand a month, US in US dollars, and
Okay.
that was all right, I guess. I mean, that
Yes.
was, and then we kind of flipped up our model where we wanted to do that done with you, and then that's when I engaged with you because we wanted to learn more about the attraction marketing side, obviously for ourselves, but also so we can teach our clients that. And,
Yes.
and I suppose since we spoke, we've taken on several clients with the new model, and yeah, I mean, our return is way better than what it would have been. Or yeah, so I mean, I think in August, um, August we did like that was like our best month. I think this quarter. So since we met, which was basically in this quarter, this July, August, September. This quarter
Yes.
we did more than we've done the whole entire time that we've
Oh,
actually existed.
that's awesome.
So
And
that was really really cool as well. So it was just yeah, it was just in these last few months, especially August. I think we started speaking end of July, beginning of August, around there, and that's kind of when
yes.
the roller coaster up for us. Sorry, my phone's
And
gonna
it's like
die.
very great. Like you got your first client within like 1 week of joining with me or something, right? Like $3,000 client. Like when you start putting the effort and when you started implementing the strategies, right, on the Facebook.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. So we've got a few clients at that $3,000 mark. I mean, we were making that per month, and now we charge one client that. So that's
Okay.
really cool. And the price is only going to go up from there. We're
Yes.
looking at a 5 grand package.
Okay, that's absolutely
It's
awesome.
really looking good. I mean, tomorrow I've got a meeting from Facebook Organic. His name's Ron, which has been fantastic. It's booking meetings and it's
Yes.
getting us to where we need to go.
That's absolutely fantastic, right? Making from 3 grand to right now, you're making more than $10,000, right? 10, $12,000 a month. That's more than 3x, 2x to 3x, right?
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Yes. And what do you feel like until now, like how many programs you would have taken and how much you would have invested in yourself in learning courses, going to events, reading books and all?
Say that again. Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Like until now, like you would have gone to various events, like learning, reading books, all these things, right? Why it is so important to do all those things?
Yeah, geez, I could say like single time, I've given someone money to learn, it's always come back, 10x, more than 10x often, and and I mean the truth is in the point, if you're not willing to invest in yourself, then and that's the best investment, any entrepreneur can make. Of course you can invest in stocks, you can invest in bond, you can invest in all that kind of good stuff. Ultimately, investing in yourself to being, a better entrepreneur, a better salesman, better at just all that stuff. It's going to come back to you over your lifetime. So I mean, whatever I spend with you, I get I get that knowledge. Like I give you, whatever it is, however much I need to pay you. So if I give you
Yes,
$1,000, you know, I get that. I get the knowledge that you give me for the rest of my life. So I could put that $1,000 over 50 years, and
yes.
that's like $20 a year or something silly. So I mean, what will set you apart is your knowledge. And if you're not willing to invest in yourself, then why do you expect your client to
Yes,
invest in you if you're not even investing in yourself? So
yes,
it's probably the most, I mean, it's most fundamental piece of the puzzle is find other people that are better than you, and
yes,
be humble enough to admit that, and just pay them money,
yes,
just give them
yes.
real, and they'll give you real life experience.
Absolutely. There is also one quote said,
Yeah,
right? In order for you to become a coach, first you need a coach, right? First you need a mentor, only then like you can mentor to other people as well.
yeah, it's so true, so
Yes.
true. Yeah.
Even I was checking couple of days back, like Warren Buffett's and Bill Gates interview, all these things. Warren Buffett being one of the world's fifth, like top 10 richest. People asked him, like you invest in stocks, mutual funds, all these things. What do you think is the highest return? He said the number one is knowledge. A robber can come and steal everything and go, but nobody can steal the knowledge what we have, right?
Definitely.
Yes.
Yeah, I think a lot of people that are testament to that, like I know Jordan Belfort.
Yes.
People love him or hate him, but he went to jail, and he obviously left jail and he had no money, like no money. I think the story is something like he had made like 2 million or $8 million that first year that he was out of jail, and that was not because he had money or anything to help him. He just had a knowledge. He had knowledge. He had a skill set. He knew how to sell, and
Yes.
because he had spent time investing himself.
Yes, absolutely. And it's all about like implementing and taking massive action and surrounding yourself with the like-minded people, right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, there's nothing's going to happen without having the right guidance, having the right mentors, and then just taking relentless action on what they
Yes,
say. I'm a big believer in terms of listen to what the mentor is saying, listen to what you're saying, just with take it on face value, just do what they say you must do, and then once you've got that working, then innovate. I find a lot of people innovate already on what a mentor said, and they haven't even tried what the mentor said. They just innovate on it, and then it doesn't work. And it's almost like they think that they're better than the process. It's like trust the process, that the path laid before you has kind of paved before for you, and then walk
yes,
that path, and then innovate on it once you've walked the path. But
yes,
yeah, don't jump ahead before you even
yes,
get.
yes, absolutely. It's
Yeah,
all about the attitudes, having the right mindset and habits are the three things which will change the people's lives, right? Hmm.
for sure. Definitely relate to that. Yeah.
Yes. And Jonathan, like if I ask you, what do you think all about attraction marketing, all those things? Because people are like so confused. They tell like only if we run paid ads, we are going to get clients, all that stuff, right? Now you are the like live proof. And it doesn't matter from which country we are from, right? Whether from Africa, India, USA, organic traffic, does it work or not? Tell me your own use, and after you implementing, you are like you can share it.
Yeah, I mean, it's the funny thing if someone says, it doesn't work. I
Mm.
generally hear like, you mean it didn't work for you. It's not that it
Yes,
doesn't work. It's like it didn't work for you. So, I mean,
yes.
yeah, I guess I'm living proof of attraction. I literally, kind of
You
hunted you
took
down
on.
to
Yeah.
to to find it. So, I mean, that is literally the attraction side of it itself. Um,
Yes.
and yeah, I suppose look, there's pros and cons to every method of marketing and outreach. And I suppose the huge pro to attraction marketing is, it's free. It
Yes.
costs you $0 in ad spend. It costs you
Yes.
time, sure, it definitely does that, but it does things for you where paid ads won't do for you.
Yes.
It could never warm up an audience at such a low cost.
Yes.
So yeah, I definitely say that. Yeah, it 100% works. I mean, maybe if it's not working for you yet, then you'll have to tweak the model to find how it's going to work for you. But it works in any
Yes.
industry.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe depending on what industry you're in, you might want to look at which platform you're on to best service yourself. But yeah, ultimately, if you've got a good message, I think people will find you.
Yes, absolutely. And Jonathan, like if I ask you, like, what are the three simple advice if you want to give to a 20-year-old person, right? Like people around the world will be watching, right? For all the followers and the people who are watching whether this on Facebook, YouTube. Can you share like three advice, like which has revolutionized like your life and which has brought so much success in your life and what you're today? Three biggest learnings.
Okay. I definitely think the first thing is persistence. I
Mm.
feel people give up too early, too easily, and this is a lesson that I had to learn as well. Before I was with the accountants, I was doing a million different things. I was in a million different kind of businesses, trying a million different making money. But then once I just got to the accountants and I just committed to them, and funnily enough, I started with the accountants I think last year October, and I only made
Mm.
my first sale beginning of February this year. So I spent October, November, December, January just getting rejected. Literally just people saying no. So I think people give up too easily, and they give up when they hear a no, and maybe it's just you're not doing it right. And I had to tweak things and change things and innovate and develop on every single time I had a no. I learned from that lesson, right? And I think that persistence carried me through. That I was just focused on one thing. I had one goal, and I was just relentlessly persistent in achieving that goal. And I think that's even carried me through these months as well, because even though I made that first sale, it wasn't like, it was
Yes.
gun ho from there. It was still huge learning lessons, and we still had to be persistent and still keep up every single day. So persistence, I say, is probably the I think persistence is actually the grit. I think they use the word grit. That's
Yes.
the only measurement that they've ever shown to to have a success. So if you just have persistence and you have grit, so grit is like that you're persistent, but also you have the strength to take the rejection. You have that grit. You have that toughness. Because it's if you are gonna be soft about it, then you're gonna give up just way too easily. Um,
Yes.
yeah, so I say persistence is a really, really solid one. The second one I would say is everything that you do is for your customer.
Yes.
So you have to serve your customer at the highest level that's possible. So forget about, of course, you can make money, you can charge them good cash. The reason you're able to charge them decent money is because you provide them with the result that they're looking for. So everything that you do has to be, the question has to be whether I'm going to do this or that. The question should be, does this serve the customer better? Does
Yes.
this serve the customer at the highest level possible? And I think that's being a big guide for me in terms of, thinking about what
Yes.
decisions to make day to day. I just have to think to myself, okay, am I serving myself or am I serving the customer?
Mm.
And am I serving the customer at the highest level possible. So I definitely say that serve your customer and don't serve yourself.
Absolutely. Even Jeff Bezos also
Yeah, that would
shares
be
that, right? Customers is the number one priority. Why it has become such a big company is like he treated like customers are the kings, right?
yeah. They have your money, right? If you want to get
Yes,
your money, then you need to convince them you're worth it, and being obsessed with them, being obsessed with their success, being obsessed with the results for them, that really, and tie that in with persistence, you've got a recipe for making money. Yeah.
yes,
Then
absolutely.
the third thing, that's the third thing that I would say. Um,
Learning and investing in yourself,
yeah,
all those things, right?
yeah, I was literally about to say that. Yeah, the third thing I would say is like find mentors, find people to invest in, um, because I don't think I would be here without knowledge, without having invested and paid people to actually teach. And the funny thing is, I paid $1,000 the one time. He was from ClickFunnels Group. He was a
Okay.
two Comma Club award winner. He'd made like over $1 million in a funnel, right? And I paid him
Wow.
$1,000. I got no value, like none,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
zero. Literally, I feel like I was worse off afterwards because I'd given him 1,000. But that didn't deter me from paying someone in the future. So I'd say, like, you may not get it right the first time, paying money. You may not get it right the second time or the third time, but if you do your homework, if you investigate in the person, um, and then you commit, then I think
Yes.
100% you're gonna do it well. Yeah, and I suppose when it comes to investing, you know, just find a few people. Don't try and invest into every single thing possible.
Yes.
I think that maybe is one way of going about it. But I would
Mm.
say try and find three mentors, invest
Maximum
money in
three
them, and just
mentors.
listen to them.
Mm. Yes.
Yeah,
Even
exactly
if we
right.
have too many mentors, so many distractions will get, right. Some person will tell, do this, do that, do this, do that, and like we will go into the shiny object syndrome, right? Searching for the next shiny thing.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, we all
And
love shiny stuff.
yes.
So,
Absolutely. And
yeah.
what is your vision and mission, Jonathan? Like, where do you want to see in like next 6 months and 12 months? Where you want to take your accounting business, right? In next 6 to 12 months, what are your goals and
Yeah.
plans?
Okay. Yeah, truthfully, I want to change the way I can look at the world. And I think that they look at the world in um, a very powerful way right now. But if they add onto looking at the world in terms of a sales and marketing perspective, I think that they're an unstoppable force. They
Yes.
can they can save people's businesses and create an incredible life for themselves. And I think that they've been doing that to the detriment of themselves. I think they've been helping people's businesses to the detriment of their own business and their own life. And if an accountant is corrupted, that's really bad for our economy. That's bad for the global economy, because then they're going to be corruptible very easily. But if they're, ethical members of society, they know how to grow their business, get themselves business, and they can fish for themselves, then I know that they're going to go out there into the world and help other businesses strive and succeed. So I think over the next 6 months to like a year, our main goal is to kind of transition out, kind of the evolution of consultant, to try and transition more towards like a video course to a training course where
Yes.
we basically take them through that the whole course, similar to your course, basically. Because right now we're doing like
Absolutely.
one-on-one consult, so we want to move
Yes.
to group coaching, and then to full on just course consulting.
Absolutely, that's great, nice. And right now, Jonathan, like there are like so many people who will be watching this on replay, either on Facebook and YouTube, all those things. And people have like a doubt or something, right, about the Facebook attraction marketing program. Is it good, bad? Is it like structurized, step-by-step action? Can you tell me like your review after you watching and implementing step by step? How was the course?
Yeah, I'll be honest,
Like
like I was a little
detail.
skeptical in the beginning, obviously. Like any person buying a new course, you're a little bit skeptical. Um, and then I remember I got the course, and I went on, and there was like this huge list of different like subjects, and like step by step, just taking me through it. And I started watching it, and I was blown away, like really, really blown away. It's really well structured, it's really well organized. Yeah, you can tell you put the effort into it, and it shows, because obviously, you know, you get the results for yourself, and then your clients get
Yes.
results as well. So
Yes.
yeah, I mean, I'm blown away by the quality of the course. Really,
Yes.
yeah, it was really, really good. Yeah, I
Yes.
mean, we still continue to like refer to our notes made from it. We still continue to watch it. So I mean, it's yeah, it was a brilliant one, definitely.
Absolutely. And it was a very great interview. All my audience also would have learned a lot of things. And thank you for sharing your thoughts, all those things with us, Jonathan.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me. Really appreciate it.
Yes. I hope everyone must have liked it, guys. And if you're watching this live on replay, put team replay. And Jonathan is a great Kevin. He can do it. Anyone also can do it, right? Like if we implement step by step, like massive action, right? And before leaving, any final words or thoughts or wisdom you want to feel, Jonathan, with our audience from the people who are watching this? Like if you want to tell like one piece of advice, right? Like one last advice to all the people who are watching, what will be that one thing?
Um, I would probably say the best thing that I ever learned was find one person that you want to serve, and just be relentless in serving them. Um,
Absolutely.
and that way you can really actually, instead of like kind of lukewarm servicing everybody, you know, a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit here, rather just go all in on one person, and just get obsessed with all their problems, and take them to new heights, because you're going to get a lot more hugs and kisses and love from someone that you take to the moon, as opposed to, you know, someone that you just take down the road. Say
Yes,
focus on that.
absolutely. And thank you, Jonathan. Power to more power to you. And let's change the world together, right?
Cool, love it. Yeah, awesome
Yes.
stuff.
And yeah, bye bye. Have a great day.
Cool, cheers.
Yes.